Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to La Lido Loca. Welcome to the Firth of Fourth Time Change Cruise live stream, the first annual. Yeah, so it's midnight here. I just want to say that. So apologies. I don't want to get too loud because I'm afraid the people next to me. I don't want to be a noise person. But I did want to pop in and spend some time with you guys. I haven't talked to you since the night before I went to Glasgow, and there's been some things that have transpired. There's a whole new Paris plan. I've got some souvenirs to show you. Plus, I want to answer your questions. So somebody was asking what a firth was, and the firth is a Scottish word for estuary. And I had to look up what an estuary is, and I posted the definition in the chat, and I didn't really read it, but it has something to do with the type of water. It's something that it's connected to a river. I don't know, but yeah. So the Forth is the river that we were there at in South Queens Ferry today, and we were in the estuary of that river, the Firth of Forth. And so it was cool though to see the Forth Bridge for the second time in the last couple months, and a great day in South Queens Ferry. Didn't go to Edinburgh. I still can't say that correctly. Didn't go there, but we did go to really where the first round of Scottish independence occurred. We went to the museum and the site of the Battle of let me say it right, Bannockburn, the Battle of Bannockburn. I feel like I'm saying that wrong too, and then we went to Stirling Castle. So very fascinating day dealing with Scottish independence history, and yeah, it was amazing. But a good day in South Queens Ferry, and now we are on our way. So it's a time change. Look at this. At 2 a.m. tonight, we go forward another hour for our sea day tomorrow. And we have sea day tomorrow, and then the following day, which I guess is Monday, we will be in Le Havre, France. Le Havre, baby. Oui, oui, monsieur. And I've updated my Paris plan. So when we first got on the ship, we talked to the Shorex desk, the excursion desk, and said we'd like to go to Paris, but we see that the Paris excursions are sold out, and the guy at Shorex said, well, just take the train. So we've been working on a train plan, hop on, hop off bus. Well, the other day when we went to book excursions, the Best of Paris had opened back up, and we decided that let's just take the ship excursion. So we are doing the ship excursion Best of Paris, which we will get on a shuttle bus we'll get on a coach at 7 a.m. We have to meet at 7 a.m. on Le Havre Monday morning. Then a 3-hour bus ride to Paris. They'll drive us around, they'll show us the sights, they'll point things out, and then they're going to drop us off around the Eiffel Tower. So this is a thing that Don and I are doing. So Don and I will be able to go and see the Eiffel Tower, which is very exciting to me. It's just that's a bucket list thing. And then we will take the train back. Not the train, the bus back. So it should be a great day in Paris. I'm very excited about the sea day tomorrow. If you've been keeping up with this journey, it has been intense. Tomorrow is only our second sea day, and this cruise will be 11 days old. Well, I guess we had the accidental sea day, so 3 sea days because we couldn't get into Guernsey. But yeah, it's been really good. So since I talked to you guys last, I went to Glasgow, which you saw that video. Glasgow, and then yesterday we were in Orkney, which yeah, I made that video too. So there's still stuff that I need to show you. I've got a lot of footage from Liverpool, and I didn't really vlog, like I didn't do the talking parts of the vlog. I just did kind of the B-roll stuff of the vlog. So I got to make different videos, more of a narrated kind of tour. But that in Liverpool and in Belfast, and then today, I'll probably put today's footage out first because I did kind of make a vlog of that. I got scolded. I got scolded today at Stirling Castle. So I got to tell you that story. I'll save it for the vlog. So you'll have to stay tuned tomorrow for why I got scolded. Yeah, but so that was cool. I think that's it. I think that's the catch up. The other excursions I booked. So when I talked about $570 in excursions, one of them was today. This was the Braveheart experience where we went to the battlefield site and the museum, and then went to Stirling Castle. That was one of them. And then the second one was the Paris, Best of Paris. And then the third one's actually the transfer back to Heathrow. And that'll be on the day we get off the ship on the 13th. Don and I are both doing that. He has a late flight. I'm not flying out until the 15th because I'm going to spend a day in London, do some sightseeing, and maybe meet one of your favorite other cruise tubers. But the transfer includes a stop at Stonehenge. So I should have said that in the video yesterday. Like, part of the decision whether to go see the stones there in Orkney was I knew I was going to Stonehenge. So that was part of the decision tree. I think that's it. So before I show you guys some souvenirs, let's see what's going on in the chat. Good evening to everybody. If you could hit the like button, that would be great. We've got 633 people here, 236 thumbs up, and 0 thumbs down. So that's good. Appreciate all the thumbs up. Maybe we can get to 500. How about that? What is today? Or what time is it? It's 7 o'clock. What time is it where you guys are at? 7 o'clock? So my brother's in the chat, Retro Sarge. He said, nobody scolds my brother. That's right. They almost tried to put baby in the corner too, bro. Ironically, excitingly, this time next week, I will be in a very different time zone. I will be in Seattle, Washington, hanging out with Retro Sarge, the lovely Jenny B, Heidi, the Queen of Deutschland, and any of the Sharon at Sea ship show crew that happen to be in Seattle. But we will be in Seattle next Saturday, and we got plans. We're going to tear Seattle up. We're not going to tear Seattle up, but for sure, we're going to do some sightseeing in Seattle. And so talk about a whole different time. So when I move ahead an hour later on tonight, I will be 6 hours ahead of the East Coast, and I think the East Coast is 3 hours ahead of the West Coast. So yeah, it's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. 1 p.m. in Hawaii. Yeah, I'll almost be in that time zone. I won't be that far back, but check out the catacombs in Paris. Yeah, I don't know what kind of freedom we're going to have. I know they're going to, like the description says, they're going to drive us down the Champs. Well, here, I'll read you the description for the Best of Paris. Yeah, it's after midnight here. So basically, I left Scotland, and so we're coming down it would be the east coast of the UK, and then we're going to tuck under there and go to France. So we're hugging the UK for right now. What is this app called? The Princess app. Oh, I still have it pulled up because we were talking about it at dinner. All right, so the Best of Paris. I think this was $249. And it's 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. So really long day. It says experience the City of Light on an all-day narrated panoramic drive around the city. Your tour begins with a 3-hour drive to Paris. Upon arriving, you will drive along the elegant tree-lined Champs-Élysées, past the Arc de Triomphe, with a glimpse of the Eiffel Tower. Like at one point, I stopped reading the description there, and I was like, "Oh, what did we book? We're only going to get a glimpse." Then it says you'll enjoy a lunch at a charming Parisian restaurant before strolling to the Eiffel Tower for some free time. Next, drive past the Place de l'Opera Palace. I don't know. I guess the Opera House, considered one of the most elegant streets in Paris. Then drive to Pont Neuf, the new bridge, now the oldest bridge in Paris. You will make your way to the, I don't know, another French word, one of the 2 natural islands on the Seine within the city of Paris, and past the Louvre. You can catch sights of the gardens, more stuff. Before reaching the hotel, you'll stop and snap a photo. Sounds like it's going to be fun. I have to work and bone up on some of my French words. Have a macaron in Paris. Yes, I want to go there, and I want to have a baguette and a croissant. Marco Zaff, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Faye, I don't think I have time to go in the Louvre. I wish they had a fast pass just to the Mona Lisa. I would like to see that. Dylan Hemphill, how did Don and I enjoy Belfast? Belfast was interesting. I was really glad. Of course, we did the Titanic experience, Belfast Titanic. That was really moving, and it was a full circle moment for me for Titanic because I'd had that being over the wreckage site earlier in the year, and then Belfast. I knew being my age, about the troubles, about the challenges of Northern Ireland. And but being in the city, it was heavy. Like we went by the Peace Wall where the city is divided, and then we went into both sections of town, and so many murals and depictions of people that lost their lives, and we're driving, and they're like, oh yeah, there was a bombing here, that kind of thing. It motivated me. I purchased a book today on the Kindle that I was actually reading on the bus. A beautiful city, but again, so I got this book. Let me find the cover here. I purchased this book called The Troubles. Maybe that'll focus, maybe not. Yeah. So yeah, I'm trying to understand a little more about the history of Belfast, but it was heavy. It was good. Was the Stone a good kisser? Yeah, I mean, it's probably not the best kisser I've ever had in my life, but she was there. I don't know if there's a mega Lego store in Paris. The only Lego store I've actually got a stamp at this time was Liverpool. But again, there's been so much going on. I haven't necessarily looked a ton. It is double VIP point weekend, so if you're a Lego person and you have and you're not VIFP but VIP, this is the time to buy some Lego. Let's see. Yeah, hopefully we get to see the Notre Dame. Upload speeds on the ship are a little slow. I've been down-res like the news video the other day. I down-resed it to 720p. It wasn't like 1080p, like full HD. And that file came out to be 680 megs. And it took 2 hours and 10 minutes to upload it. So what I normally like to do, of course, I ran out of all my data in Scotland. T-Mobile has been really great. They give you 5 gigs of data whenever you're in country. So I had 5 gigs of data in Ireland, 5 gigs of data in Scotland, 5 gigs of data in the UK, which I don't know how much I have left in the UK. What I'll do is I'll transfer the video over to my phone and I'll upload it on the wireless network when we're in port. But if not, I just know I need a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours to do the video upload. So what's the stream looking like? Is it doing okay? Is it doing all right, everybody? Yeah, so the Lego points, you can turn them in for money. So a lot of people will get enough points to say buy a really expensive set that they've been looking at. So it's a cool system. I guess that's what motivates you to buy directly from Lego instead of the other cool thing. And maybe people don't know this, but if you do the Lego points, you can also take your receipts if you buy Lego at Target, and they'll give you credit for that. But I think that's the only retailer that does that. Yeah, I don't think I get to go to the Louvre, unfortunately, but Mona Lisa is small. I know. I'd love to see it. Yeah, I think you got to know that going in. Like I guess I know a little bit of the history about the Mona Lisa, so yeah, I know that it's small. Yeah, I play in the casino probably every time that I can. So I've these long cruises are tough on the casino, but I got a bunch of points. Hopefully, I'm getting a free cruise. I don't know. It was a good night on the tables though. I played a couple hours before I came up here to take a nap. So when you go to Stonehenge, they have a Lego replica. Yeah, so I talked to J and D. They went there on the way over, and they were telling me about this Lego replica. So I have to check that out. I do have the Lego passport, Mary. Yeah, so I didn't have it when I went to Lego in Denmark. I wish I'd have known about it, but I picked one up in Syracuse, New York. So I got a Syracuse stamp, and then I also have the Liverpool stamp, which is good. The lovely Jenny B is here. What's up, baby? When do I rest? So I mean, I've been getting. So what time did I meet? We had to meet our excursion at 9:15 this morning, and I wanted to get out of the cabin because I wanted to turn my laundry in. So I wanted the room steward to be able to grab my laundry, and so I got out of the cabin at 7:30, and I think I got up at 6:45, and I went to bed last night at 11. So yeah, I've been getting about 7 hours of sleep. Been sleeping pretty good with my CPAP machine. So 7 hours, and then I take naps like an hour here, hour there. But yeah, it gets pretty tiring. I think the walking around today was another like 7,000 steps, and it was hot. Like it was warm in Scotland today. Apparently we're the good luck for this trip because they've been having summer like conditions. It was cold. We had to take a tender over to Queens Ferry under the Fourth Bridge, which is fantastic. I'm finding the Fourth Bridge to be like the Sydney Opera House. Like, you just want to keep taking pictures of it. But yeah, I got some more footage of a tender. The funny thing is, I'm like, maybe we should start collecting ships under the Fourth Bridge. I have two now, but those are really cool pictures. But yeah, it was cold there in South Queensferry, but once we got out into the city and stuff, it was 18 degrees. Like when we got on the coach in South Queensferry, it was 18 degrees Celsius, and then by the time that we were at Stirling Castle, it was 24 degrees Celsius. So I don't know what the conversion is, but it's warm. Kim, Don's doing pretty good. He's had some challenges this week, though. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you follow his videos. His stepfather passed away, which is sad. And then just some other challenges. I think health-wise, he's feeling pretty good. He's still waiting to figure out when his next surgery is going to be. But overall, pretty decent spirits. Don's got he's got a really good disposition about him, and he stays pretty upbeat. So, of course, we all run into problems in life, and it sucks when it kind of stacks up on you, and it seems like Don's having one of those stack up weeks. So you guys have some positive thoughts for Don. Jenny B's next cruise is in a few days, so we'll all be in Seattle going to Alaska pretty soon. Let's see. Question: you used to stay on the ship a lot more when in port than you seem like now. Will you continue getting? It just depends. So, like, if I'm going somewhere that's new and interesting, I'll get off the ship. Like, to me, I'm definitely a ship person. So a lot of times when I'm cruising in the Caribbean, it's about the ship, right? Like, I'm on the Wonder of the Seas for the first time, or I'm on the Odyssey, or I'm on the Carnival Celebration, something like that. I'm on those cruises because I care about the cruise ship and the ship life. But I barely care about the Regal Princess. No, I'm just kidding. This is a great ship, but I'm not super concerned about the ship here. It's more of a utility for me, a place to eat, a place to sleep, maybe a place to gamble, that kind of thing. But this is more about the port. So I guess it depends. Again, I'm not jumping off in Nassau every time. And if I've been somewhere several times, and if it's really hot, so. That's the other thing. The great thing about these ports, the ports in Alaska, the ports in Northern Europe, it's not so freaking hot that I'm happy to be out and about. So it just depends. I think that makes sense. Some places are better than others for me to get off, and these have been great for me to get off. So that's a good question. Mary Harwood, thank you so much for the super chat. How are your knees after falling? So my left knee has a bruise on it right under the kneecap. And then I forget that I have it, and sometimes I will get into bed leading with that knee, and I'll like, oh, my knee's still bruised. Other than the bruise on the knee, I'm doing okay, because when I fell, I kind of went knee first, slid my camera out of my hands down, and then I kind of fell that way. So, I'm doing pretty good though. So thank you. I've been able to kind of walk around and all that kind of stuff. I've been still taking the ibuprofen. I'm still fairly sore, but again, I think my average step count this week for the last 7 days is like 9,800 steps. So, which I know people do that all the time, but if you don't like if your average step count's like 2,000 a week, and then all of a sudden you pop it up to 9,800 in 1 week, your body feels it. So, Sean Barton, what's up, buddy? Thank you so much for the super chat. What is your nope port? A port you will likely stay on the ship versus going out to venture. Is there one that I always just say no to? Recently I have been getting off in Nassau, but for a while I didn't. I was a little tired of going to Cozumel, but then we found the Paradise Beach Club. That's kind of nice. Where do I always stay on? I don't know. I feel like I've been popping off lately just to see different ports. I don't know, Sean. It's a good question. I appreciate the super chat. Even like, I never get out and do anything in Jamaica, but I always go around the port. I think I love going to San Juan. I like getting off in St. Thomas. I enjoy getting off in St. Martin. I've been off in Aruba. I've been off in Curacao. Like, if I had to kick one port out of bed that I never got off at again, Maybe it would be Nassau. I hate to throw that shade on Nassau because I like to go to the Pirate Republic. I'm gonna say Nassau just to give an answer. Mary Cottrell, thank you, Sean, for the super chat. Mary Cottrell, thank you for the super sticker. Super sticker. Oh, you guys rock. We got up to 582 likes. Still no dislikes, which is wonderful. And then 841 people here. How you guys doing? Captured travels from the Poconos. I always wanted to go to the Pocono Raceway because it's a tri-oval. I think it's a tri-oval, which is wild. Question from Eddie Albert. How many days in this cruise and where do you leave from to come home? So this cruise started on June the 1st. It ends on the 13th. So I guess that's 12 days. And then it started and ends in Southampton. And then I will fly home from Heathrow to Tampa, Florida, where my lovely bride will pick me up and take me home. And I will wash my clothes, and then we will go back to the airport and go to Seattle. I think like 2 days or something. Bernice says, I have to try to crepes in Paris. How about that? Oui, oui. Port Canaveral is my note port. Such a waste to even stop there, sailing from New York. Yeah, Canaveral, I guess. There isn't a ton to do. You could go to Cocoa Beach, like Ron John Surf Shop's a big deal. But yeah, if I was port stopping, to be fair, I don't know what excursions they offer, but Kennedy Space Center is a dang good time if you have any interest in the space program at all. I had a blast taking my son over there. So yeah, maybe. What's up, Julie Thomas? Glad to see you. I do like clam chowder. Let's see. I've never sold SR 375. We've never sold out of San Francisco. That would be interesting. Do I ever struggle with mental health issues? Probably just the normal. I'm sure I'm melancholy from time to time, but I don't know. Nothing crazy. Jenny B says I have 1 day to wash my clothes. Yeah, so I sent a good amount of my clothes out to get them clean this time. So hopefully it'll be all right. How do I deal with the big flights? I just know that of course, getting the flight canceled and that whole 48 hours worth of pain or 24 hours worth of pain, the reward is so much, I guess the juice is so much worth the squeeze. I think I get that locked in my mind. It's like, okay, it's going to suck. I'm going to be, confined in a tight space for 8 hours or whatever, but the reward has been, 13 days over here, and it's amazing. So I think I'm pretty good at getting that locked in my brain. So I think you just got to get there mentally. Has the food improved? I think that's a fair question. I think I've had one or two good buffet experiences. Somebody asked me if there was bacon on the buffet, so I went to the buffet for breakfast the other day. There is bacon on the buffet. Again, I just got real selective. Like, they make good potatoes, so I've had some good potatoes. And the main dining room's been good. Somebody asked if I get late night pizza after gambling. Not usually. I don't know how late their pizza place stays open on the Lido deck, but they have this thing called the International Cafe. If you've never cruised on Princess, it's one of the cool things they have. They got like a sandwich counter, all like 24 hours. They have breakfast items at breakfast time, so they've had salmon sandwiches. So I've had that for breakfast. Nice little salmon's good. And then at night they have croissants with lettuce, tomato, and prosciutto. And if you know me, I'm a big fan of croissants and prosciutto. And so that's probably my go-to late night when I get stuff late night. But yeah, it's good. It's good. Well, I might have one night to play, bro. Yeah, I do miss playing the COD. That's been good. Has the length of this cruise worn you out? I don't think the length of this cruise has worn me out. I just think that the all the port stops in a row kind of wore me out. Like, because I went on a longer cruise, right? 23 days for the Rotterdam cruise. Of course, the first 8 days were sea days. I certainly wasn't worn out then. And then we got into a cycle where it would be 2 port stops, sea day, 2 port stops, sea day. And I don't think I was ever really worn out then. So I think just the fact that it was, we missed Guernsey, but then we had, not Belfast, Cove. We had Cove, Dublin. Where do we go after Dublin? Liverpool, Belfast. I think, and then we had 5 in a row after that, or 6 in a row. And then I just think that kind of thing was what wears you out. But yeah. Richard Cleary, I don't know the answer to that question. I haven't hit it yet. How many days are too many days on a cruise ship? When I finished the 23 days, I still could have done more. So I do like going home, and of course, but I've seen Jenny. Like, so if Jenny was with me, I think we could probably do a couple months. I don't think I'd want to live on a cruise ship though. I like going home and kind of resetting, because you get in this cycle on the cruise ship where your life is just a certain way and you're just in these certain routines. So it's nice to get out of that and reset and then get back into it. But yeah, it's just good. Let's see. John Wilson, I don't really eat eggs, so I do think I've seen eggs Benedict though. Like that's the ham and egg on a English muffin. I'm pretty sure I've seen that. And then of course in the cabinet in the morning they have like breakfast sandwiches like that. I did Tracy. I talked about Don a little bit. You might have to go back and catch that on the replay. But the short summary is he's had a challenging week, but he's in good spirits. Fran, how would I rate Hal casinos? So the casino on the Noordam in Australia was pretty lively. There were a lot of Australians gambling, which was good. The one across the transatlantic, the TA crossing, that part of it from New York to Rotterdam wasn't that lively. It got a little more peppy when the people started getting on in Rotterdam, and certainly the Amsterdam to Amsterdam spring break one. The casino was a little more peppy, but it was a little slow on the transatlantic part. So I think maybe it has to do with the sailing. Let's see. I don't know that I may have been on Mariner of the Seas. I don't think I've been on Mariner of the Seas. I don't remember. Let me see. I feel like Navigator is what I'm thinking of. Somebody's asking if I've been on Mariner of the Seas. My past cruises. Harmony. Wonder. Harmony again. Mariner. Okay, yeah, I was on Mariner of the Seas October the 11th, 2021. So that was after the shutdown. That was a 4-day, perfect day at Coco Cay. I don't remember much about it, but I think it's kind of one of those smaller ships. I think the thing that I like about the Royal ships are they all have that multi-deck Royal Promenade. And yeah, I think that's good. I'm not sure what your question about Mariner is, whether it's a good ship or a bad ship, but I think it's one of those nice small to middle-sized Royal ships that has all the stuff that you like about Royal ships. It's not going to have the big like Aqua Theater and that kind of stuff, but they're going to have that nice Royal Promenade with all the same branded stuff like pub and the bars, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was good. My favorite food on a cruise, controversial cruising. I eat a lot of salmon on a cruise. I eat a lot of prosciutto and cantaloupe. Those are some of my favorites. Like if there's ripe cantaloupe and some sort of prosciutto, I like that. I like a good salad bar on the cruise. I like a good steak, but usually I kind of hold off for like one steakhouse night, but I'm not doing the steakhouse this cruise. But yeah, I'm trying to think that I end up eating the same repetitive food. So I've had that prosciutto croissant a lot for like lunch, because that cafe's open all day. And then I've had the salmon sandwiches a lot for breakfast. Yeah, it's I haven't been getting super motivated by food. I've just been trying to just eat when I'm hungry. Let's see. I was wondering, question from Beverly Judica. I was wondering, after this cruise, do you think you'll venture into other places in Europe, Scotland and Ireland? Yeah, so I had a great time in Northern Europe when I went to, Norway and Denmark and then the Netherlands. I would love to explore some more of those countries. And then, of course, I'm dipping my toe into France. And so there's so much. I'd love to go to Spain, Portugal, all the places. Eventually I'd like to get into the Med, but I do like all of these countries up here in Northern Europe too. So yeah, the answer is yes. I've had such a great time exploring these countries. So it's these are bittersweet because you're like, oh, I wouldn't mind just staying in this place for a week, and exploring. So let's see, Gary. Thank you for the kind words. Uh, it can be lonely when you travel solo. Many come up to me and ask about my life white picture. Make some friends. Yeah, Harlan, I'm a little bit of a loner anyway, so I'm kind of okay with it. I'm the kind of person that likes to go to the movies by myself. I like being alone, so it's of course I like being with my wife also. So yeah, I just it's a small set of people. Like I'm very excited about the upcoming next week because my brother and Heidi and Jenny, those are like my core people, and so I'm excited that I'll be with those people. And then I do have good friendships with like John and Jamie and people that are in the Sharon at Sea crew. So it's nice to be with people that you're actually decent friends with, and I'm looking forward to that. And then, of course, Dawn, other than Jenny, I don't think I've cruised with anybody more than Dawn, right? Dawn and I have cruised together. And then this is the second time I've cruised with Para DJ, and we have a good connection also. So it's nice to have, but again, I like having that small core group of people that I can hang out with a little bit, and then I just like to be by myself. So it's pretty cool. I think that's what I like about cruising, because you can have this connection point, like, oh, we'll have dinner together, or go see a show together or something like that. But then you can just be alone and you can just wander around by yourself and nobody bothers you. So it's I think cruising is perfect for me that way, and especially the solitude of it. I'm not super tired. It could be the lighting, but it is time for me. It's like my bedtime a little bit. I've been asleep by midnight most of these nights. So I didn't go into Edinburgh because I went there the last time. So we went out to Stirling and went out to the battle site. I did go there the last time. I gotta say it's a nice big busy city, but out of all the cities I visited on my last cruise, it was not my favorite. So I wasn't chomping at the bit to go back there. It was a lot of people, and it was very busy there. And I'm not much on crowds. And man, when I went to the castle, and it was crowded, so I enjoyed it quite a bit. Let's see. Question: without getting too sappy, what motivates you day in and day out to make cruise content? And if not, who, what? Uh, you know, uh, Life is, I won't get too sappy, but we all have to do work in life, right? And I feel very fortunate because I like to make stuff, and it's worked out really well. And I didn't know it, but I love to travel, right? Like that was something I didn't know in 2017. So I feel what motivates me is I feel like I have the best life ever. I feel like I've been on a journey for 50 something years, and I finally found the thing that I'm supposed to do in, day out. And I love making stuff that people connect to, like something even just as simple as do your shoes come untied, right? Like I like taking things that happen to all of us and then having that shared experience. And I like being able to be to be able to put that out in the world, right? And so hopefully sometimes I put out stuff that's better and deeper than that, but then sometimes I hope I just put out something that makes people feel connected to other people because, oh yeah, we all have that problem with our shoes or something like that. So I just feel lucky. I mean, honestly, I'm a spiritual guy, and I feel like everything that I've done in my life has kind of led up to this. Just like I think everything that you do in your life leads up to the next thing that you're doing, and who knows if this is what I'll always do. But yeah, I just feel really lucky to be able to do it, and I don't think too much about it though. I'm very transactional. Like we get up and we do the thing, and then we, make the most of each day because you don't know when your last day is going to be. So you might as well enjoy the day. So I don't know if that answers this question, but there you go. What is the passenger makeup on the crew? It's mostly U.S. I say Brits are second, Canadians are third, and then everybody else is fourth. But I don't think we had a massive. They broke it down one night in the theater. I think there were only a few hundred more U.S. than Brits, and then Canada was a close third. So yeah. Let's see. Ooh, 764 thumbs up. You guys are killing it. Still no thumbs down. I like that. Everybody's loving it. Look at me looking through my bifocals to try to read. Do you guys want to see the souvenirs I got today? I'm gonna save one of the souvenirs so I can. It'll be part of my story tomorrow. But so here's the magnet I got from Stirling Castle. There on their crest is a unicorn, Stirling Castle, and then from the Stirling Castle. So basically, people have seen Braveheart. It's a story about William Wallace, who was a leader in Scotland, but the person that really brought the first victories. I mean, it all stacks on top of each other, but Robert Bruce became the first king during the independence. And the battle that we went to, really, the battle site we went to was about Robert the Bruce defeating, I don't know, it's like some people call him Robert the Bruce or some people call him Robert Bruce. But it was about him defeating the British at this place, Bannockburn. Either way. But from the Stirling Castle, you could see this monument that they made to William Wallace. And so I picked up that magnet. And from the battle site, a magnet with the Robert Bruce statue. And then I was happy to pick up just a small. It got me thinking like little Scottish history book. So those are the purchases today, plus one more that I'll show you guys tomorrow. Petite Chérie, yeah. So Lego store I saw in Liverpool, but I haven't seen anything else. Tommy K, I'm in a balcony cabin. How does it compare to other cabins? I feel like I've been in this cabin type on Princess before. It doesn't have a couch. So I got a chair here, and it's got like 2 places to work. It's fine. I mean, it's perfectly big enough for me. I like it when it has a couch, but this one's been perfectly fine. The funny thing is, I feel like if you go to the next level of balcony on Princess, it has a tub. And I don't like a tub. I like the stand-up shower. The tub gets a little more challenging, so... Everybody thinks I look tired, but I might just look old. Thank you, guys. How many days have you spent at sea this year? I don't know, Charmy. I guess we could figure it out. It was 23 days, so I went to New Zealand first. Let's look at the Shipmate app. We'll just go by what Shipmate calls days at sea. 12 night in New Zealand. 7 more nights on the Breakaway, so that's 19. 7 night on the Prima, 26. 7 night on the Celebrity Beyond. Did we do that cruise? Celebrity Beyond? No, we didn't do that cruise. I don't know why that's in my Shipmate. Celebrity Beyond. Jenny B, we didn't go on the Beyond, did we? Am I losing my mind? My cruise is wrong. I'm going to take that out. I don't think we went on the Beyond. Okay, let's take the Beyond out of there. Okay, 12, 7, 12, 2 sevens. That equals 26. Then a 13 is 39. 49, 49, 59, maybe 61 days. 61 days at sea this year. Everybody's been nice to me. I haven't had any challenges with Scottish people or Irish people or British people. How's the buffet been on Princess? My last Princess, it was really good. Okay, yeah. So I have one less cruise than I thought. Thank you, Jenny. Lovely. The buffet's been okay. Again, it hasn't really knocked my socks off, but I think it's been adequate. Just got to be real picky with what you select. But I think it got spoiled on Hal, so that's the problem. Like the Hal buffet was really good. So sometimes you don't know what you got until sometimes you don't know what you got until it's gone. I missed that Hal taco bar. I missed the Hal salad bar. Thank you, Gusty. Yeah, so I am. After we go to Alaska next week, we do have 90 days, I think, with no travel. July, August, and September. I'm not saying that some trip won't end up in there, but the goal right now is to take a little break. But I'll probably be at home for a month and be like, oh, we got to go do something. We got to go do something. Let's see. Controversial cruising. I watch all kinds of stuff. My feed is full of Lego and other creators, and so yeah, just a variety of stuff. Let's see. What's my experience with upgrades of cabins? We feel that they put you in a larger room but less desirable location. I don't know that we've ever necessarily been upgraded. Well, we got upgraded to a different class on Celebrity just because our price had changed. I do think that's true. I mean, the idea is you can probably sell certain cabins better that are in more desirable places. So it wouldn't surprise me if you got moved around to an upgrade so that they could sell the more desirable place. It seems like that would be smart business. That's wild, Donovan. Yeah, 2 years ago this week we were on the adventure of the seas. The Hal Buffet is Holland America line buffet. Mary, I don't have, and I've not made the Lego Grand Piano. Dell, man, just wishing you the best on your colonoscopy. Just think positive thoughts, and hopefully it comes back well. Will we be back? I mean, you never know what the future holds. Definitely wouldn't mind coming back, Dylan. Uh, Wondering if we could team up with Lana from Lifewell Cruz. Like, do you know how to get a hold of her, or what do you want us to do for you there, Happy Go Lucky? I would definitely like to talk to her though. We've had some very brief comment type conversations. Is there anything particular you want to see us do, or maybe like a juggling act, or let's see. Is there anything I haven't covered? I haven't busted into the shrimp cocktail chips yet, but the oil and vinegar, not oil and vinegar, salt and vinegar one's good. Artesian Culture Coffee signed up for the October group cruise today. That's awesome. I'm going to be there. I'll be glad to meet you. Pink parasol brings a parasol with you. There you go. How about that? How about that? Let's see if I missed any questions here. Wow, 859 thumbs up. You guys are rocking the Casbah. Can we get to 900? No thumbs down tonight, which is weird. Usually you get a thumbs down. Let's see. La-di-dee, la-di-doo. Well, I don't see any questions up to there. Is there any questions at the bottom? Let's see. Faye Dalton says, Tony, we're thinking of going to Bermuda, but the ships are in port for 2 days or so at a time. Is it worth it? The Mariners one that travels there regularly. Faye, I think people like that. I've never been to Bermuda, but I know people who have, and I think they like having that. One complaint I get a lot about cruising is like, oh, I wish there were more overnight stays. So, yeah, I think it's probably good. How many little? I don't collect the ducks at all, so if I see them, I don't touch them. Not my thing. I just collect the magnets. How are you feeling about the above capacity ships? Do you or the beautiful Jenny B know anyone bumped personally? Jenny may have had somebody bumped. I don't know anybody that bumped. I get emails from people that got bumped or something like that, but I don't know anybody personally that got bumped. I didn't have the cheese and onion chips when I was in Ireland, Shadow at 340, but I had them. I picked them up the last time that I was in the UK, so I've tried them. They're good. Yeah, Northwesterman. Yeah, I haven't done the cruising hands in a while, so just trying to keep everybody in suspense, waiting to be satisfied. Too much of a good thing, man. It'll ruin you. Uh, Tony, how hard is it to cruise and watch your weight at the same time? I know I don't try at all. I'm just getting fatter or skinnier. So the key is not to worry about it. So that's my plan. Are you leaving, Jenny B? Oh, you got your thing. Goodbye, love. I'll talk to you later. I'll call you before I go to sleep, or call me when you're done with your thing. Aaron, yeah, Walter's a fun guy. Yeah, he does have a cruise that he's trying to entice us to go on in November, which I think would be kind of fun. So, still trying to talk Jenny B into that one. I've not made plans for sailing on the Viva yet, Jr. But I am interested in the Viva. Plus, I want to. Beetlejuice is going to be the show on there, so I'm excited about that. Have you had a chance to check out the evening show? Yeah, I've been to a few. So I went last night and saw a woman named Siobhan. I can't remember Phillips. Siobhan Phillips. She was on Britain's Got Talent. I've seen two production cast shows. I went and saw Pete Best talk about being a Beatle. Been to probably a handful of them. Again, the ship stuff's not been that much of a priority for me, just because it's trying to go to the places, try to make the show, like, stay caught up with the work, and then just get some sleep. So that's been the priority. Let's see, what's been my favorite food on land so far? I haven't really eaten much on land. Greg's sausage roll, maybe. I finally got to go to. I went to Greg's in Liverpool and had their sausage roll. But yeah, I haven't really been eating much at out and about. Tom, never cruised to Israel. It's on the bucket list, though. I'd like to do it. I would like to do it. Let's see. Tito Bomb, what's going on? Glad to have you. Lisa, I think the whole world, there's this app on the phone called Been, and you can put in the countries that you visited, and I think there's 195 recognized countries by the UN or something like that, and I think I've been to 16 of them or something like that. So everything's on the bucket list. I think I didn't start traveling until just a few years ago. Yeah, I've been to 16 countries. Let's see if that'll focus. 8% of the world or something like that of the known countries. So there's all those places. Those are all on the bucket list. Let's see. Dakota's going on the first solo cruise in January. Any recommendations? I'll be on the Carnival Magic. Dakota, I don't know what you're looking for. If you're hoping to meet other people, there's usually solo activities listed in your daily planner, that kind of thing. If you're going to go out on the ports, it's always good if you can make it like one connection or something, so people can keep up with you, or at least let the people at home know where you're going, so that you can be safe, that kind of thing. But yeah. How can I find out what shows are on your cruise? Joy, you could probably go to a Facebook group of people that have been on the same ship, sailings close to yours, and just ask what the shows were. Sometimes people will post the daily paper if there's a daily paper, but that's kind of the way I go about it. Or you can Google what shows are on, say, the Oasis of the Seas, that kind of thing. You can find some pretty up to date things. Lavar, ooh, is my voice going to hold for another 11 minutes is the question. Let's see. A little more water. I did get a free bottle of wine from the casino, which I probably won't drink. Maybe I'll just give this to the room steward. Should just crack that. Let's see, what was the question? I'm on the Carnival celebration in a couple days. How's the buffet? I don't like the buffet on the celebration, honestly. It's weird and disconnected. I would stay with the other included food options on the celebration. I did not love the buffet there. TJ, the Park Bopper, the IMAX did have new run movies both times that I've experienced it. So, um, yeah, I'm thinking there'll be some new stuff there. Let's see. What made me decide to be a blogger? How'd you decide it was for you? Kenneth, this is a good question. We went on our first cruise in 2017. Jenny and I got married 20 years ago. We blended a family together, 4 or 6 kids all together. I brought 4, Jenny brought 2. And so our whole life together, we basically spent, raising little people into, decent adults. And so we got to a point where we knew we needed to do something together. And Jenny said, let's go on a cruise. I said, I didn't want to go on a cruise. And she made me, and I loved it. But when we went on the cruise, we were watching a lot of YouTube. And that's really how we got exposed to CruiseTube. And there were people we were watching. It's like, oh, maybe we should try to make some films just so the kids could, see what it was like when we were together, that kind of thing. And then, so we did that. Went with my brother there, Retro Sarge and the Queen of Deutschland. We had a good time. And I tried to make some films. I like the creative aspect of it. Those vlogs are not great, but it was fun to do. And then I kind of got hooked on making the videos after that. And I started trying to make helpful videos, and then I made a couple helpful videos, and then I really got the bug for it, and it just kind of took off from there. I really, it was fun to be able to make stuff. I contend, we all have ego and that kind of stuff, so I contend that, people create because I think there's something inside of us that motivates us to create. But I think people create so that they can, I think people write so that other people will read them. I think people sing so that other people will listen to them. I think people act so that other people will watch them. And I think we make these movies in the hopes that somebody will watch them. And so when that starts happening, you kind of get in this loop of like, oh, I want to make something and I want people to enjoy it. And I want to enjoy the fact that people are enjoying it. And that's kind of how it went. And then as time went on, we realized that you could do this for a living, right? And the whole like I know how to be a business person kicked in, and it's like the cool thing is I got this creative side, and I got this weird analytical side, and then I also have this business acumen, and you push all those things together and you compartmentalize it, and all of a sudden you can make a business out of something. So. Yeah, it's really cool, really cool. But that's kind of how it went. Shay Jackson, I don't even know. How do people know in advance about special nights that will be on their cruise? Again, I think you just have to like go in these groups and ask. I don't really participate in that, so I've never really dug in to figure out how to do it. Maybe somebody out there in the audience there knows how to know, but I feel like just going and trying to do the research like in those groups might be able to help you out. Yeah, Jeannie, thanks. I try to represent the fluffy. I mean, it'd be nice if we were all skinny and we could all solve that problem, but it's certainly not easy, even though some people probably think it's easy. But we still like to travel and we still need the information. So if I'm helpful with that in any way, I'm glad to be because we try to get it done. Let's see. Question, I have to try and get a book about Belfast and Titanic for you and Don. I know Don's got a PO address. We have a PO box, but I don't know the address off the top of my head. But check Don's video and definitely could be able to send it to him. 6 more minutes. Holy moly, did we get some sort of... Oh, we only need 28 more likes for 1,000 likes. You guys rock. So I implore you, if you have not hit the like button yet, just if you're on your mobile device, just pop out of the live chat and you can hit the like button real quick. We'll get to 1,000. No big deal. That's pretty cool. Thank you guys. Thanks for being out. I have been on... Casey asked, have I been on a cruise with the Flying Scotsman? Yes. That guy is so fun to cruise with. He has his own show. He introduced me or reintroduced me to the song Loch Lomond. And it moved me, man. Like I cried listening to him sing Loch Lomond, and then I found out later that I was mostly Scottish, and maybe that was it. But yeah, it was good. Oh, my mom's here. What's up, Mama? I hope you're doing good. I've been all over the world this week. Can't wait to show you some pictures when I see you. I love you. Bella, yes, I have been on an MSC cruise. I like them pretty good. Not everybody likes MSC cruises, but I've been on the Seaside and the Divina and the Meraviglia. I need to go back. So, but yeah, I say try them at least once, especially if you can get a better price than like say one of the normal lines. Boom! Thank you guys for the 1,000. You guys rock the Casbah. You rock the Casbah. Let's see. SR 375. My favorite fluffy airline is Southwest because of their person of size policy. I like the fact that I can get 2 economy seats and really not have to pay for the second seat. They also give you priority boarding, so you can get your big fat butt on the plane and get in your 2 seats and get your belt extender and get settled. That's nice. But then Delta, I have been flying Delta International, especially if I'm getting like the Comfort Plus. I have flown in the Delta One Suite one time. And then Delta is the flight that I'm going back home on, but they're being operated by Virgin Atlantic. And so they have something called Economy Delight, which I'm still pretty big for that seat, but I do fit in it. So, but yeah, I do like Delta. Chuck Spencer with our PO app box there. Yeah, if you want to send a book, that's the address. The address. Let's see. Would I ever consider it? So, Kathy, I don't know that I would. So, we were talking about river cruises at dinner tonight, and I guess maybe if I did it solely for the fact to go make a video about it, but I like a show. I like a casino. I like that. I like a big ship, and so I don't. Just the smaller, all-inclusive type stuff doesn't necessarily appeal to me. Maybe if it was just to go to some ports or something like that where I didn't care about that other stuff, but who knows? I never say never, right? Like if I had the opportunity, but I can't see spending like an extraordinary amount of money on something like that doesn't really fit in my. I think we all have a cruising profile, and I think we're the most satisfied when we tick the boxes on that cruising profile. And mine's certainly probably different than most people, right? Like, there's just things I don't really care about on a cruise, but think that other people do. So I think the important thing cruising wise, and I think the cool thing about cruising is it's broad enough. There's enough offerings where you can get your needs met. I think you just have to understand what you like with cruising and then find the thing that meets those needs. And I don't think I don't think it would. Charlie, yeah. So we booked a ship excursion to go to Paris. So I'm very excited. Best cruise line for families with grown kids. I guess that's just like a bunch of adults, like grown kids, like everybody's an adult now, or any of them. Any of them would be fine. But like, I don't think I like. Are you talking about teenagers? Help me clarify that. How is Para DJ? They're great. They're having a good time. Where'd they go today? They went to the castle in Edinburgh, and I think they had a good time. They walked the Royal Mile. We've been meeting up for dinner pretty consistently. We had a good dinner tonight. Let's see. Yeah, so happy go lucky. I meet a lot of people on the cruise ships that know me and get to meet people, spend time with them. So yeah, I'm big in casinos and casinos and airports and cruise ships. I get recognized a lot. Like 30-year-olds. Yeah, just any cruise line would, I don't think any's, any are. I don't think there's like an adult kids. The question makes me laugh. I'm not trying to throw any shade on it. It's like, could you imagine if there was like a adult time with your 30-year-old kid programs? It's like you could drop your kids off at the 30-year-old adult thing. No, I think there's good activities on any of the major cruise lines, so I think you'd be fine. Oh yeah, Arlene, I got my passport back. I think I showed that in a video the other day. I did get my passport back, so that was good. Well, uh, I got to set my clock forward in an hour, but I think I'll go to sleep before that. Um, but I, I still wish I could go on at 9. Like I want to get back to doing a 9 o'clock live stream, but I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to stay up till like 3 in the morning to do that. So, um, thank you guys so much for coming to the first annual Firth of Forth time change cruise live stream. I'm somewhere in the North Sea trying to get down to the English Channel, and tomorrow's a sea day, so I'll be chillaxing. There'll definitely be a video out tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow will be what I did today. I still got to go back and do some work on that Liverpool Belfast stuff. Maybe a news show on Monday. But yeah, that's what's going on. I hope you guys are doing good. I'm doing good. Uh, this time next week, we'll be talking to you from Seattle, which is wild, to Alaska. And then the week after that, I'll be home for 3 months. So it'll be interesting to see what that's like. I can't wait to get back and work on The Office some more. So thank you guys so much for stopping by tonight. Thanks for all the thumbs up. Thanks for all of the super chats and super stickers. Thank you for all of the great questions, all the great interactions. And thank you for being here. This is Tony for La Lido Loco. Oh, I never have the video ready before I get into the exit. Hold on. This is Tony for La Lido Loco. Until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido.